Hi, I'm Paul Psolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 6, Section 1, Number 40, which reads, the primary purpose of each passage is to what? And we're going to take these answer choices one at a time. Answer choice A, make an argument about the differences between legal duties and moral imperatives. So this answer choice could be taken more than one way. Does the first passage talk about the difference between legal duties and moral imperatives? No. A legal duty would be, hey, follow law, which he is abundantly clear on. Lincoln wants you to follow law, no matter what. Moral imperatives, the difference between what is right and wrong. He doesn't really get into it. He's saying that bad laws, in this first passage, after he's like, hey, follow the law, he says in the first paragraph many different ways in very strong terms. And then the second paragraph, bad laws, if they exist, should be repealed as soon as possible. Still, while they continue, for the sake of example, they should be religiously observed. So he's like, follow law. If there's bad laws, we should change them, but follow law until we do. Second passage, if the injustice is a necessary friction in the machine of government, let it go, let it go. So he's just like, hey, if it's just part of government, then deal with it. Perchance it will wear smooth, certainly the machine will wear out. And then the next cut is, but if it is such a nature as it requires to be an agent of injustice to another, then I say break the law, in line 64 to 65. So he is also, it sounds more like he's like, he might be defining what's moral and what's not moral based on whether it causes you to be an agent of injustice to another. But again, he's not saying like, this is what's legal, this is what's moral, this is the distinction. Anyway, answer choice A is not the correct answer. The other way that could be taken is, hey, Lincoln's all about legal duties and Thoreau's all about moral imperatives, but it's really not the focus of each of the individual passages. Answer choice B, discuss how the laws ought to be enacted and changed in a democracy. So keyword here is how. First passage is not talking about how, like this is the process. It goes before the Senate, the House of Representatives. We need a majority or 2/3 vote or whatever it is. And this is how they should be changed. Now he says if they should be changed, line 29 to the end of the part I cut out for passage 1. If they should be changed, then change them right away. But it doesn't say how. This is the process. Passage 2 doesn't go there at all either. Answer C, advance a view regarding whether individuals should follow all of the country's laws. That actually looks quite good. Passage 1 would say yes, and if there's bad laws, follow them until we change them, but follow them until we change them. And in the second passage, he sets two different criteria. Again, if it's just part of government, then deal with it. But if it requires you to be an agent of injustice to another, then break it. So Lincoln would say, yes, follow the country's laws. Thoreau would say, follow all the country's laws, even those that are not fair, not just. But if it causes you to harm another, then break it. And why not answer choice D? Articulate the standards by which laws can be evaluated as just or unjust. In the first passage, not only does Lincoln stay away from that discussion, whether they should be, what standard they should be evaluated as just or unjust. In the last paragraph, which I did not cut and paste here, he just says, hey, either abolitionism is right and it should be protected, or it's wrong and we should do something about that. He doesn't even say if it's right or wrong. So that's gone. And then in the second passage, he's not talking about it. He says, like, some laws are unjust and we should just deal with them. Other laws are unjust and we should break them if they cause us to be an agent of injustice to another. But he's not saying what causes them. Like these laws he's saying what causes them to be unjust. But in the first one, where he should just let it go, he doesn't give any criterion as to what would be considered unjust. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble with these paired passage questions, especially primary purpose questions. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.